Hi guys, how are you? Hi everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late today. I had problems with my thumbnail. I just couldn't get it up. So I don't know what's going on. And then of course we have that good old Vegas internet problem that we'll never get rid of.
Yeah.
So we just had to roll with it. So it is what it is. So I'm not talking about what's on the picture today. Today I'm going to talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z having the most expensive house in California. In California, that's a big state, okay? And then we're going to talk about ASAP Rocky possibly cheating on Rihanna. That's just so sad to me.
Damn.
Oh, look at you. And then we're going to talk about Kandi Burruss and Jason Lee. And then we're going to start out with this Melody Holt, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But before, and then Perry, you can't get your avatar to come off.
Right.
What does it
Sure,
say?
can you get your banner up?
No. It
Yeah.
just won't let me. It just won't let me. If I hit start cam,
Uh-huh.
it kicks me out. But I think when we was in Virginia, something happened and I couldn't figure out the password or something. Remember, the
Mhm.
last members only I couldn't do. I don't know. I got to fix it.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to say this before we started. So this weekend was one of the worst days of Perry's life. He lost his mother. They were extremely close. And I'm just sorry, Perry, that happened. You're the strongest man I know. The strongest man I know. Even to come sit down here right now with me to do this silly video that we're doing, I really appreciate it. And I don't know if I could do it.
No,
To
thanks,
be
honey.
honest, I
I
really
mean, for
don't
real though,
know.
like for the most part, my mom always told me. She said, "Hey, this day will come. Just be strong." Right now, the initial thing it hurts me really bad, like I shut down. But then I remember what she told me. I don't lost my father and my brother. You know what I'm saying? So things do get better. But at the end of the day, it's not like a loss of life. It's a celebration of life because my mom will always be in my heart. So
Child, don't get me started. Also, Helen was a very good mother-in-law. I've been around for 33 years. Ugh, it's just
yep.
the
But no,
hardest
I mean,
day of his life. And yeah,
she's in a better
so
place though. Like that's the part you got to digest. Of course, the selfishness of he want that person always around.
mhm.
But to be honest with you, it used to hurt me more to see her not being able to participate in the things she wanted to do in her life. And now, you know, 81 years old is a long way to go. And she finally deserved it's like graduating. She get a chance to rest in peace. She did her job on earth, raised her kids, did all that. So that's the part I got to focus on.
My
Thank you,
condolences.
Bonji. Yeah, I almost could talk because it's a lot. It's a lot for our family. So anyway, thank you, Perry, for being here. But with that being said, we were in Virginia. You guys know I accidentally posted it. We were in Virginia, and the last thing on my mind was YouTube.
Right.
I didn't even watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't give a damn about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like I had other things to do, especially with this loss that we suffered. I did not care about the internet.
Right.
So I come back finding out that there's just some mess, a shitload of mess going on, all revolving Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't even know what to talk about first. We're going to talk about, let's start with the petition. Okay. Now, I heard that there was a couple bloggers that are upset with me because they think I don't like Melody. This is so petty and so embarrassing. Like, why do Black people have to act like this? All of my white subscribers, tune out for a minute. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm specifically talking to the Black subscribers. This is embarrassing. You can't have two differences of opinion without people putting together petitions and making videos about me because I said both hands are dirty. No one's hands are clean. That's what I said. Thank you, Diva Dawn, for becoming a member. Speaking of becoming a member, I'm going to go live right after this to tell you guys what's been going on and why I couldn't film it. And it's just been crazy. Anyway, so people are saying, don't go to Sherelle's channel. Don't go to Diva's channel because they don't like Mel. Okay, you tell me what I said to make you think I don't like Mel. I never said I don't like Melody. I said that case was a mess, a hot ass mess. Perry and Sherelle, my family and I are sending you and your family condolences and prayers during your loss of your loved one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, you guys don't talk about it too much because we don't want to get weepy in here. We want to get angry. So let me get back in the mood. Hold on. Okay, here we go. How embarrassing is that? First of all, I thought, that's pretty stupid to say that don't go to Sherelle and Diva's channel because that's breaking YouTube's guidelines. You're not allowed to say don't go to anyone's channel. So if you guys are, and I've asked somebody this to chat, I need a list of all those bloggers that told you don't go to my channel and Diva's channel. Who's stupid enough to do that? First of all, this is ridiculous. Second of all, may I remind you people that this is a damn reality TV show?
For real. You
are way too invested if you are upset because somebody said something bad about Melody. I'm going to need y'all to grow all the way up. Like, are you serious right now? I'm allowed to have my opinion. And don't twist what I said. I said nobody's hands are clean. If Martell wants to be a father, he should be allowed to be a father. Diva, what are your thoughts on people saying don't go to your channel?
Listen, Sherelle, when someone sent me the list, and the person that sent it to me was concerned. It was like, you know, Diva, I'm concerned about you. Like, I feel so bad or whatever. There's a list and you probably don't even know about it. And I didn't know about it.
I didn't.
I be out under the dark, right? And I mean, the list has so many names on it, Sherelle. All I could say to the person was thank you. And I laugh because I'm saying to myself that I don't understand how they're okay when one person is getting dragged for filth on a certain reality show, but another one is not even getting dragged for filth. We're just giving an opinion on how we think the situation could be handled. And then it's like, cancel them. And I'm like, oh my God, like, are you serious right now? So you know what? My thing is, if you want to not look at either you, Sherelle, or me because y'all don't like a certain opinion, then you have to leave now because we're always going to give our opinion and always going to allow the people to give their opinion. So what do you want? I didn't even know what to think about that. It's like, whatever. Okay.
It's embarrassing. What is wrong with us? This is an African-American show. And let's be honest. Yes, the ratings are down from their previous seasons, but not only that, what they consider good ratings for that show is nothing compared to the Housewives.
Right.
Nothing.
It's ridiculous. Where's the support? You got people showing up at warehouses, just acting ridiculous. Black people right now is damn embarrassment. Thank you guys for all the wow. I got a barrage of thank you guys. Sharonda, I appreciate you joining members only. Last one, Sherelle. Sorry for your loss. Your mom prepared you well. Okay, Sherelle, proceed. We're loyal. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And that's why my mom is here. Like, this is ridiculous. What do you think you're going to prove? First of all, don't go to my channel because she doesn't love Mel. I don't want to remind you guys of this. You don't know Melody. And nobody on this planet is perfect. That divorce that they have going on is something they share with the public. We don't know 100% of what took place. It's a reality TV show. And not only is it a reality TV show, it's a reality TV show with Carlos King as the producer. Now, I love you, Carlos, and I am wishing much success for you because you don't do anything more different than any other producer, including Andy Cohen.
Right. No,
okay. But they want to get all of our shows stripped because they don't know how. This is Black people asking to get a African American show canceled because they don't like something somebody said.
Yeah.
You're an embarrassment.
All right, it could be that. Or I mean, let's keep it real, and we ain't got time for it to be half step. What happens, Sherelle, is these people will do anything for fame. They will back anybody, put their support over here if they feel like it's gonna advance them. The sad thing about it, you get a lot of envy in these other content creators, and they're very insecure, right? They don't know how to do it on their own, so they got to tag themselves with this certain person and fulfill, like basically working for other people to pass their message, right? So
yeah, there's a lot of things that
can
be happening
don't like
here.
This person, they gonna go balls to the walls and attack that person with not even any knowledge. But the problem is these people are afraid, when I say insecure, to have their own opinion. They like gravy trainers. They'll follow the train all day. Tell them to lead, they can't.
Sherelle, really quickly. I'm sorry, B. Can you drop a link? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I think that if somebody tells you don't go to somebody's channel because they don't like a person on the internet or on the TV, and you do it, you're a bigger problem than the person that's telling you that, because there's something wrong with you. If somebody tells you don't go to somebody's channel because they don't like so-and-so, and you actually do it, I just can't believe that people can be that stupid. That's just way over and above what normal people should be, how they should think. That's crazy.
And it's really, go ahead.
People should have a right to their opinion, whether you agree with it or disagree with it. People should always have a right to their opinion. Whether if you don't agree with it, then you don't agree with it. If you get mad about it, turn your video off or your computer off and go sit down somewhere. If you get mad about it, but don't go out making videos and trying to ruin somebody else's reputation because you don't like something. That's just childish and immature and stupid.
But there could be a number of things going on. Diva, did you want to say something? Because I know you got to leave early.
No, she figured out how to do it. I was going to say, can you drop a link so that people could click on it to become a member? Sebastian told Joanne how to do it, but she was asking in the chat how to become a member. And
I need Sebastian to come back to Virginia. No, I need him to come to Virginia with me because I was lost. I was very, very lost. But let me tell you something. I wanted to make sure that I said this. It's against community guidelines when you tell somebody not to go on anyone's channel. Am I petty enough to strike each and every channel that recommended that you don't come to Sherelle's World? I sure am. So I need anybody to send me a list of those bloggers that were breaking community guidelines because it's immature, it's stupid, and I ain't got time for it. Straight up. I'm not playing. Because I can see if I did something, and I want these people, these same people, to say exactly what I said about Melody that deserve my channel to be off of YouTube. These people are out of their mind, and they're Black people. You guys are an embarrassment. Let's talk about how petty Love and Marriage Huntsville is getting, okay?
But Sherelle, can I say this real fast, though? I mean, off that last note you just said. Now, you ain't did nothing wrong, but you have people in life with no courage. The only thing you did wrong in these people's eyes, you had courage to state your opinion. These people are so afraid and so fragile that they can't even come up with 2 words of their own. They're like a parrot. They repeat what others tell them to do.
Child, you better watch who you listen to. Yeah, y'all don't know Sherelle. I mean, you do know me, and if you want to take me on, let's do it. But I'm really fighting over having an opinion. I can see if I said something bad. But I just said, after reading the divorce documents, it looks like both sides, contributed to the childishness and the lack of caring about their children. Now, if you can't deal with that, you can't deal with that. But it gets worse. Okay, it gets worse than that. Okay, so I guess this weekend, or when I was gone, it's not the weekend, it was since when I was gone, there was a petition made to get Melody, this is so ridiculous, fired from the show. I can't.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Okay, so wait, so you want Melody off the show? So then I start really looking into it. Then you want Martell off the show. There was a petition to get Martell off the show. Then you want Carlos King off the show. There was a petition to get Carlos King off the show. And then there was a petition to end the AUS, I'll say it that way, and harassment. Then there was a petition to get the show off because of unhealthy, unsafe warehouse practices and disrespectful behavior in Stormy.
Wow.
This is getting so stupid.
Not only do you want
more petitions
everywhere. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 petitions.
Did they have a petition about you too, about your show, about your?
Yeah.
They probably did. I ran out of time because I was like, this is a disgrace. And at this point, the show needs to be canceled. I'm sorry, Carlos. I'm a big fan of you. I support what you do. I respect you trying to have an African-American show, but the listeners are just too immature for this. You've got people that are fully invested.
Mm-hmm.
If you say one thing about Melody, we want you out of here. How old are you? Then I thought there might be more to this story because I heard this rumor, and I don't know if you guys remember. You guys don't watch The Housewives in my chat, so I do The Housewives. And there's this show called The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it was like the fans were going crazy talking about Garcelle. And I was looking at this and I said, this doesn't make any sense here. These people are too invested in Garcelle. There's more to the story. I said, if you really look into it, it's like a troll farm here was hired. So people and this was the first one that I outed. So you could hire a company in Russia, Ukraine, Indonesia, that's outside of the United States to run a smear campaign on someone. I know because it happened to me early in my career, all about the tea. I mean, other people were running smear campaigns. I didn't mean to say it, run smear campaigns against me. But now, so when I said that, people were like, Sherelle, you're out there, like no one's going to invest in money to run smear campaigns on people. But what happened? It came out. What happened? The guy that Lisa hired came out and said, they hired me as a troll farm to go after Garcelle. Because I refuse to believe that people are that damn dumb that if you don't believe what they believe, they will go run and start a petition. So this could be a healthy combination of both. Overzealous, melanators, whatever they're called, people that want to support Mel and aren't mature enough to realize she could do a good thing, she could do a bad thing. I judge situations on situations. If I hate somebody, everything they do is not bad. That's how I could very easily, because people got upset with me about this, tell you that Tasha K did a good job on what interview. How dare you? You said you were team anti-Tasha K. I'm an adult. And I know that Tasha K can do some things I like and then some things I don't like. And that doesn't mean I'm going to hate her forever. People are just ridiculous and immature and need their own life. If you are that invested in a show, so what they do is they hire these troll farms to make it seem like this is the masses' opinions. Okay, so You're easily misled. And I said this before. Black people are easily misled. I could take a pair of tennis shoes and say, what do you think of this? And they say, I don't like them. And slap the name LeBron on them. And then they want to buy them. Black people are easily misled. I could not like what Martell did to Melody, but he should be able to raise his children.
Right.
People are so ridiculous. And it's getting right up. It's the last thing I need to talk about. That's why I'm going to get petty with it. You want to break community guidelines and tell people don't come to my channel and Diva's channel and whoever else was on this damn list? I don't care whose name was on the list. Am I petty enough to sit there and watch every single video and get everybody who said, you damn right I am? Because it's so ridiculous. You need to grow all the way up. Love and Marriage Huntsville at this point needs to be canceled. It was a good show that went left. It went rogue. And they start focusing on how they looked and what people said and team this and team that. I'm not team nobody, and I'm going to keep saying that. I'm team Sherelle or team damn common sense. I don't follow people blindly. And half of these people that are talking about it, because they said that me and you were over here, what is it called? When we were related? Trauma bonding.
What? What is that?
They said that we're trauma bonding. We're identifying to our history with men. And I've been married 33 damn years with not one single break. I think I know a little bit more about marriage than you do.
Amen.
Okay, youngins, y'all need to cut it out because I'm not playing with y'all. What I can do now? Hold on.
That phone.
I can't read it. And I need glasses. So I wanted to talk about all the stupid petitions out there and how you are hurting yourself because this show's going to get canceled. So somebody says petitions don't mean anything. Yes, it does. Let me tell you how this works. Youngins, y'all don't even know how petitions work. And you're out there running to create a petition. You don't even know how it works. So what it does is it puts a spotlight on a topic. The production companies will follow that petition because they want to know what the masses are thinking because they're looking at numbers. They don't give a damn about you saying that Team Mel. They don't care about that. They're looking at the overall masses and then they compare it to the ratings. It needs to be canceled at this point. You guys aren't obviously enjoying it anymore. If you're making petition for this, petition to that, don't go to this blogger. It's ridiculous. It needs to go. And Carlos, if I were you, I would just start again. I don't think your career needs to go. I think you need to keep doing reality TV. You made a show called R&B Divas with Todd. It was very, very good. Throw this cast away and start all over because this has gotten tainted. When you have people in their personal lives going to a damn warehouse to make sure that you're too invested. First of all, you need to get a life. Like, I watched the show. Click, turn it on. Click, turn it off. Liked it or didn't like it, and then I move on. I'm not taking purchases. Girl, y'all need to grow all the way up. This is ridiculous. Go ahead, Diva.
You know what, Sherelle, too? The thing is, they're saying blackout and don't watch the show. So the very person you think you're protecting, you hurting too. If y'all watch the show, she don't get the ratings either, and she won't get paid. And do you think the minute you say, let's watch it again, all of a sudden the ratings are going to shoot out the roof? They're sponsors to these shows, okay? Yeah. So while you saying black the show out, you're hurting her too. It's like people have some common sense about this particular thing. It's the show. You watched the show. You didn't like what happened this week. Talk about it and move on. I mean, people were in my comments like, "Oh, we thought we knew you, Diva, this and that. You hate Mel." I said, you got to tell me when out of my mouth I said I hated Mel. Like, get out of here with that. It's like ridiculous because I don't have the same opinion. Because I said as an adult, she should work it out because this is her baby daddy and you can't change your baby daddy. You understand what I'm saying? You need to figure out some way to work this thing out. And I said to one person, I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all think y'all her friend? I'm more of a friend to Mel than y'all are, because I'm trying to tell her some truth and some facts to
Right.
get up out of your mess and rise above it for the kids. When you want to stand there and yes a person to death, that's how you get these disasters. I hate to say it. That's that name, John Morant, the basketball player. People yesing him to death, and he's about to blow away $200 million.
Yep.
No, you have to get people face and tell them you're messing up. Messing up. You're destroying your life by following behind these people that you think are your friends. The people that want to sit in her face and tell her, oh, you have a right. Some things we have a right to do, but it's not the right thing to do. Okay, some people are behind bars because they wanted to prove their point. All we ever said is that we think she should take a different path. Not that, oh, we can't stand Mel and Martell was right. Anybody, a blind man, can see that Martell was dead wrong. So we never disagree with that. We were just saying that we feel she should go another path because we good and grown, Sherelle. Like you said, you've been married 30-something years. You ain't never had no break. So what are you trauma bonding with?
It's so embarrassing. We finally get a little leeway. We get a hit show, and the public is messing it up because they're too damn immature.
The only thing you guys what we were saying is, look, people get to take accountability for their own. Now, it could be accountability for something small I didn't handle right, and then Martell can do something worse. Nobody came on here and said Martell was great. Nobody came on here and said we hated Melanie. But then now you want us to get a petition to get Carlos King on. Well, if you love Melanie so much, or whoever you love on the show, Martell, it don't matter what side, it won't be no show without Carlos King. So
it's ridiculous.
I think you're gonna always have these people that are troublemakers, so to speak. You know, they go around looking for things that they can complain about, and the big thing is getting other people to join in with them.
That's why they get those troll farms to make it seem like the popular.
Make it seem like a whole bunch of people feel like that. That's why I said if you follow people like that because of their opinion, and you just following them just because they're saying something, you a bigger problem than they are.
Let's just talk about how messy Love and Marriage Huntsville is and how tainted it is. It's not even entertaining anymore. So I guess over the weekend, this woman, I believe her name is Carson, she was a friend of Ariane. She's a hairdresser. Stop me if I get it wrong, because somebody just sent me all this information and I was kind of like confused as to what's going on. So I had to call around and find out what's going on. I guess she said that Ariane was going to plan to release a sex tape of Mel and Martell, who she was married to at the time. And she wanted to release this tape because she wanted to embarrass Melody. Now, see, this is not a good story. This is just messy. And that's what I don't like about this show. Okay, I like the drama on the show, but you guys are taking it off the show. Like, how dumb is this idea? And I guess the girl called Melody and told Melody about it. And so Melody went online this morning. Now, while I'm uploading this tape, how is this entertaining? I don't get it.
It's a hot mess that has left the screen and it is loaded in social media. And the only way to keep your life private, Sherelle, is to keep your life private. So if it's gone to this point, you would need to decide, okay, let me pull back for my own mental health and safety, because this is just going out of control in so many different ways. Sherelle, I got to run. But I'm gonna be listening. And
okay.
Okay, bye guys.
Thank you. So let's just play. I play 5 minutes of this tape of Melody's response. So she was upset. She was crying. She said that this was like PTSD and it's taking her back. And she said that Martell Holt is running a smear campaign on her. And she knows that the video was real because she knows that was her husband at the time and she knows that was her. And then she said that It's just messy. Like, this is just getting too messy for me. But
Mhm.
let's listen to 5 minutes of what she was saying and how she felt about the situation.
All about another minute to let your peoples know that I'm live and give them time to see it and get on in here. Let them know that, yeah, y'all tag them up. Let them know today is the day of revelation, so y'all come on in. I know everybody has been on social media and everybody has seen everything that's been taking place and what's been going on. And for me, it feels a little bit like PTSD for me is what I'll say. First of all, I've seen and I know about Carson and what she recently revealed in the last couple of days. It's disturbing. Took me a little while to process it. I feel that you got to be some kind of low to even consider or think about asking or doing such a thing. I know that it's true. Okay, I know that it's true. And the reason I know that it's true is because when I posted last year sometime about, oh, so revenge porn, really? That was because a screenshot from this video of myself and my then husband, he had actually sent it to me. He sent it to me after he did a live discussing the custody case, which was something, by the way, that I never wanted discussed, never wanted to talk about it. If you pay attention and watch the show, I didn't speak about it till the last episode of last season. That was because I literally had been telling production, nope, this involves my kids. I'm not talking about it. Nope. Finally, they were like, Melody, you gotta say something because you're not saying anything, but you're showing us things outside of the camera and we're getting one side. You gotta say something. Then I finally said just a little bit at that time. But so there was a video, a live that he did where he literally talked about the case and came for me. And I responded to that live. Whenever I responded to that live, he sent me a screenshot of the video, from the video. And I know the video. I remember where we were. You remember details of things. I remember the video that we did with my then husband, by the way, just in case any of y'all are questioning that. And said pretty much like, stop talking about me. I'm gonna drop this, even though I responded to a live you just did about me. Wow. But okay, bet. So I then took to social media and said, revenge porn, really? I don't do threats, I do promises. Sent the screenshot to my attorney with the text message. I have all of that. And then that was that, right? So for a couple of days ago, for someone to reach out, because Carson, just so y'all know, she did reach out to me directly a few days ago. So if you think that she didn't, she did. She came to me privately and directly with the information. And I knew she was telling the truth. I knew she was telling the truth because, and by the way, this was August of 2022, y'all. But I knew she was telling the truth because he sent me a screenshot from the video, and I remember the video.
Okay, so it was pretty long. She went into more detail. This is just gutter low. Like, I don't like watching stuff like this.
Right.
She's saying that he blackmailed her with the tape, told her to quit talking about him or he'll release the tape. You got somebody we don't even know, some hairdresser, come in talk about Ariana again. It's just the show needs to be canceled. It's gotten gutter low. Everybody involved with the show, I'm talking about the fans, they don't know how to act. This is just an embarrassment. And the show just needs to be canceled. V, what are your thoughts? And Perry, what are your thoughts?
Well,
I go first. Oh, go ahead, V.
I was just saying, I real quick, I just agree with you also. When the show starts getting out of hand like that, and it's starting to, people are just starting to just be petty. In other words, be petty and make big issues out of stuff like that. Then it's no longer entertaining. Now it's who said this and who said that, and it's not entertaining. And these shows are supposed to be for entertainment. So I think it would be time for it, to just let it go and
entertainment or even like a teaching tool. Like, you see, this is what made me like Melody in the beginning. I see she's going through a tough time. I can relate to that as a woman. It's got to be hard stuff, like real emotion. I don't want to sit and watch two grown people scratch each other's eyes out and throw low blows at each other. Now that's just immature, right. And I can't take it.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Perry.
No, I just think this, like, I mean, for anybody to come, if all this is true, and I just say that because I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
It'd be gutter low for him to do that. And really, at this point, and it's nothing nobody else can do if he chose to, but for her to take legal action, right? So, I mean, she would have to do that. And but I'm starting to wonder a little bit, just with all this messiness, is the show that sad where you get to bring up all this stuff outside to try to promote the show? I don't really truly know what's going on like
That's
that.
true.
You know what I'm saying? But actually, if you think about the show, it's more than two people on that show. We only talk about two.
Yeah.
So it's going back and forth. Like, for people who watch the show, it's other characters they might like on the show, dislike, want to just, express their opinions. But that's why I'm not sure what's really going on with that. But if Martell was willing to go that low to do something like that,
it's ridiculous.
It's nothing nobody in the chat can do about it, me or nobody else. But she would just have to take legal action. It'd be a sad thing if he did that, to his ex-wife. It just wouldn't be right. But all this gossiping, this and that, because she said August last year, August or whatever. He said it, but ain't nobody seen no tape. So that would make me start to think, is all of this is just for promo, to hype up the show? We really messy over here. Come and check us out. We go gutter low, X tapes and everything else. We got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, in some places it sells, but to me, I just feel like it's just too much. And
it's too much.
Really, at what point to be on a show, if you start getting PTSD and stuff like that, you get to reevaluate. Should you still be on the show? Should you just let it go? Because I get it when if you got somebody who won't let you go, like say her and Martell, and he's like, she'll say that he's stalking her, doing all this. Sometimes you got to just get away. So maybe go to another show, do something separate. But you can't stay in under the same roof with a person and expect that person to change.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially if they got those stalker mentality. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I'm done with the show. I really think the show needs to be canceled. I think it's an embarrassment. It's too much going on, too much mudslinging. And then with the audience, they're acting ridiculous. Team this, team that. Like, you can't have a rational conversation with somebody, tell them how you feel without a petition. And so it's just an embarrassment. And really, this show needs to go. And Carlos, you need to try again and just start all over, because this is a mess and I just can't. Let's stop this toxicity. Carlos King is getting paid for this mess. Let's watch Young, Famous, and African. Oh, that's a good idea. Season 2 is here. Yeah, this show is done for me, and no wonder the ratings are dropping. It's getting too toxic. And there's a difference between supporting a young woman that is had the worst thing happen to you, which is your man cheating, and then you have a baby out of wedlock. And I could see, but now it's just getting gutter low, blackmailing, and sex tapes is just too much. So that's how I feel about that. And I wanted to shoot over to Beyonce really quick because Beyonce is a star, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see Beyonce stooping to the level of troll farms. I'm sure many people call Jay-Z ugly. Let's just be real, right? A lot of people think that. And she even had someone called her daughter Blue Ivy. Do you guys remember when one of the bloggers called Blue Ivy ugly?
Yeah, that's below the.
And she
That's
still
crazy.
rides above it all. She doesn't get down in the gutter, mudslinging, sex tapes, or cussing someone out, or starting petitions. I think that if you want to be a true star, it takes more than just talent. She's just the full package. And I'm not even a beehive or whatever those people were called, bee lovers. I'm not a bee lover, but I think she is a example of how to do it if you're going to be a star.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see when her dirt did get out. You guys remember when Solange beat the hell out of Jay-Z?
Yeah.
They didn't talk about it. They just moved on about their business. And I really like Beyonce. Okay. I know she's not perfect. And being in the entertainment business when you're scrutinized, it is hard. Very, very hard.
Yeah.
But you guys need to take notes from her. Look at how she does it. A superstar to that magnitude, to that level. And she's not on the cover of the tabloids every week. It's just a hot ass mess. But she is this week. And she's on because she broke the record for having the most expensive house. I'm not making this up, in California, which is a huge ass state. I don't know, it takes 8-9 hours, maybe 10 to drive through from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
And she has the most expensive house. She just spent, it says, the $200 million home. Oh my gosh. Breaks the record for the most expensive home in the Golden State, surpasses the previous record of $177 million. I don't even know. Like, that's money. You're not faking it.
No.
Then you know what I mean? You have real money, and you have every reason. I mean, and most people that have money like that are hard to relate to, feel entitled. I don't get that from Beyonce. Here's the
very
house.
down to earth. Yeah.
She's very down to earth. She's very down to earth.
Damn.
And I just I just appreciate the fact that she doesn't go gutter low. She's not telling us blow by blow what happened to her, because she got cheated on too. Let's not forget. Jay-Z cheated on her. They went to counseling. They weren't mudslinging each other. It just gets to be too much when you are throwing mud at the person that you have a family with. When you have children, you're a family, divorce or not.
Right.
Your family. So I just think she's a star that knows how to do it right. And it's not like she's perfect. She's had a lot of stuff happen to her. Do you guys remember when Funky Dineva had to come back and apologize for, he called Blue Ivy ugly?
Yeah.
Your child. Like, that would be, she's not hiring troll farms. She just rises above it all. And, when they tried to bring her down for saying, do you guys remember when Destiny Child broke up and they said it broke up because of her? You need all the attention, and they were like coming at her, and she just rose above it and focused on her craft.
Right.
Her
That's
craft.
what she does. But this is what I want to know: what the hell is in that house that it costs that much?
That's a big ass house.
I
And it's probably the land, everything. You talk about California too.
Tag.
You know what I'm thinking, V? When you're a celebrity on that magnitude, you can't go out in public without causing a ruckus. So your house is your sanctuary.
Right.
So you have things in there that you want to do. She probably has a bowling alley.
She must have a mall in there, a shopping mall.
We know she has a place where the hairdresser comes to do her hair. She probably has basketball courts. She got children, and I think when you have that kind of money, your home is your sanctuary.
Yeah,
Did
and
you guys remember when back in the day, Michael Jackson had one of the most expensive houses, Neverland, and he had a whole everything,
he had
animals.
everything.
Yeah,
He had
His own,
everything.
his own
Mhm.
Disneyland. But like, no,
Mhm.
it's oceanfront property and California property expensive. Now,
we
just looking
Mhm.
know
at this
that.
picture,
Yeah.
you don't know how many acres this is, but
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
just saying, like that's why it get expensive. Look at that
Right.
ocean. That is
It's
beautiful.
got to be the top priority property to be that expensive. But any oceanfront home is going to
Mhm.
be up there. I know that because
Yeah.
you
Look
get
how close it is to the water. Now, if
yeah,
I
you get
had
to
that
wake
kind
up
of
and look
house,
at the ocean. Yeah.
but am I just writing, she's not perfect, but I think she's just a good example of a
No, you know what
celebrity.
though? She's a good example for this reason because I think she realized the business she's in,
Mhm.
and not everybody can get this. She learned how to go above what people say because people will come on social media, on a street corner, and spew their sorrow,
Mhm.
how they feel about themselves onto somebody else. And I
Mhm.
think she knows her worth.
Mhm.
If you can ever get to the point where you know your worth, then the hell what else what somebody else says. And
Mhm.
even when it comes down to the child, you get to go above that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's move forward because we need to talk about Rihanna, who I love. I love Rihanna. Uh, I like her music. When I say I love her, I like her music a lot. And there, for a while, I think when we lived in Virginia, Perry, that's all I listened to was Rihanna, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're saying that ASAC Rocky, this is terrible. So she's pregnant with her second child, and a couple people kind of uh, didn't like her halftime performance because she wasn't dancing really hard, and some people
Yeah,
start dragging her.
that was some more nonsense.
People will find anything to drag you about. You really got to block it out.
Mm-hmm.
But so they're saying that ASAP Rocky went to this party this weekend and he was a little too friendly with the women, and they think that he's having an affair again. I'm not going to even release this woman's name because I don't even want to talk about it. Because the worst thing you can do, and this is why Melody has such a big following, The worst thing a man could ever do to you is cheat on you while you're pregnant. That is one of the worst things that can happen to you. And we know before they were saying that he was having an affair with a woman named Amina Maldi. She's a shoe designer. Do you guys remember when that came out? If ASAP Rocky is cheating on Rihanna, he's disgusting. He's really, really disgusting while she's pregnant. I
Yeah.
can't play these because of the music and stuff, but they said he was almost acting like, what's the guy name that got caught? I think he was in Trinidad recently. This is just sad. I hope it's not true.
Yeah, me too.
Even just being at a club like this and hanging out with these women, even if they're just fans, but they're saying that the Asian girl in front is the person that he's allegedly having an affair with. This is awful.
Mm.
This is awful.
I hope it's not true.
I hope it's not true.
Yeah.
This you are the dumbest person in Hollywood, ASAP, if you're cheating on Rihanna, because you should just be thankful that your ass isn't in prison. It's just
Yeah.
because remember they had to get him out of jail in Sweden when he beat up somebody, and he still has those charges pressed against him. Oh, he's. I'm just gonna not go in too hard right now because hopefully he's just partying. It is
Yeah.
not good look. This
No,
is
but that's
not.
the thing though. Like when you celebrities like that and you do that stuff, it could be simply just really just be fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, and once you get this persona, when you go out, you want to have fun and do all that stuff, and people are gonna try to find news. I'm not saying if it's true or not, I don't know. But it simply could be one of those things, and person done ran out of shit to talk about.
I hope so, because
Well,
some bloggers will do that. Bloggers
Yeah.
will do that.
Yeah.
well, we'll know if we see that face with him again, and it ain't a party.
Yeah, that's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we see that face again, you're absolutely right. All right, let's move on to my last story of the day because this is just ridiculous. I am tired of fans, reality TV. They're too invested. They're too damn invested. So I made a video yesterday. I think I was on the road when I made this video about Jason Lee interviewing Marlo. This is how toxic blogging has got, how toxic reality TV shows has gotten. And at this time, I made a video yesterday, and Jason Lee had said that Tamar had DM'd him and told him that Kandi Burruss clothes are not designer. Okay. I laughed when I first heard it because that's so silly. I was like, what is he? What? Jason, why are you saying that? Like, what? But people got mad. Okay. About what? Because somebody said something about a designer clothes that is so silly. Is that there are bigger problems in the world?
Okay.
Besides Kandi Burruss not having designer clothes.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Right,
who
exactly.
cares? It was the silliest thing I ever heard of. And I said this was going to get messier, and it did. It's
Right.
so dumb. I don't get it. It makes no sense. I explained the story. I said that Kandi Burruss, I said this is not about clothes. It goes deeper than that.
Right.
Kandi Burruss has pissed off a number of really big bloggers, and they pick at her. At this point, she got mad, and she put Jason Lee in the category. She got mad at Jason Lee because Jason Lee said she was boring. Am I really going to start a feud with somebody because you said I'm boring? I've been called a whole bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Way worse than being boring. And they're really feuding. And I said, Jason probably said that just to get a reaction out of her.
Oh yeah, probably so. Because really, who gives a damn?
Who cares?
Whether she got designer clothes or not. If she wanted them, she got the money to afford them. If she really wanted them, but as long as she look nice and she feel good in it, that's all that matters. But I think he did it because you got two celebrities, Tamar and Kandi, going at each other. So when they make a smart remark to each other, just putting some emphasis on it.
I just looked at it as child's play, or just, like I might say something stupid. I might say, Perry don't know how to dress. And I looked at it that way. But these people took it serious.
Uh-huh.
You're too invested. You're way too invested if you are upset because Jason said Kandi that Tamar said, and then they start dissecting it. And then today the rumor gets worse. The rumor is Tamar knows she said it, and we're going to need to see Jason's receipts. No, we're not.
Oh, please.
No, I swear to God.
I'm
No,
tired of
we're
that.
going to leave this where it belongs, and that's on the floor. Because this is...
You said they want to talk the next 3 months on whether it's important if she wear designer clothes or not. Who really gives a shit? If she really wanted it to, I'm sure she can go and buy it. So, I mean, I just think it's just two celebrities, somebody taking a remark from one because they going at each other. It's just, who cares if you wear shoes with no socks on?
Yeah. Nowadays, if people want to start something, they can take the tiniest little thing and just say it one over a couple of times, and it'll catch on, and people make. And next thing you know, it's a big damn deal.
And to be quite honest, I went back and looked at the whole video. It got out there. Jason knows it got out there. His job is to bring in views, so he's going to ask the crazy questions. You know how he's almost like a shock jock. It was that was the least. There were other things that you really could have got mad about. But if I'm mad because Kandi doesn't wear designer clothes, people, stop being so invested. That's all I'm going to stop. Like, am I supposed, if you're a Kandi fan, are you supposed to not like her anymore because the clothes are not designer? It's just not even worth talking about. And I can't believe we're talking about this in 2 days because people were in my comment section saying, you don't like Kandi.
Oh my God.
Stop me at the point when I said that. Like, what? I don't know what they expected of me, because I basically said, well, this is a deeper problem. It's a number of bloggers involved in this, and they just poke at each other all day. That's what they do. They say something, zing, and the audience might not catch it. And that's what I looked at this is. How, like, if me and UV, we got a beef, and Perry knows, and he makes it clear he's Team V, so he'll say something, and the audience usually they'll catch on. So the audience are truly, and I thought they'll see that, oh, this is just two bloggers going at each other. But no, they were really upset because he said that she didn't have designer clothes.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
So
it's ridiculous.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I
That's
can't. Like,
ridiculous.
but it is what it is. All right, V. Thank you for hanging in there. So you
All
wanted
right.
to just come on and talk about how crazy it is with this reality TV. Was there anything else you wanted to add? Because it's a mess.
Nah, but some some of this stuff is so ridiculous. Sometimes it's just like, well, who is starting this kind of stuff? Who's doing this? Whoever it is,
It's
need a new job.
it's
Yeah.
All right,
ridiculous. All
all
right,
right.
V. Thank you. I
I'm out.
appreciate you
All right,
coming on. Take
Bye,
care.
V.
all right. Bye bye.
All right, let me drop this link. If anyone wants to come and talk about this madness, you can. It's not going to stop me from taking calls, and you can say whatever you want. That's another thing that I do, say whatever you want. But Perry, what are your thoughts on this whole
What's that?
here? Hold on, I'm filling up really quickly. Hold on. And I got to take these out. Hold on, stop screen. Stop screen. Let's start taking calls. Hi, Sebastian.
Hey, what's
Hi,
up?
Hey Perry, how is everyone? Okay.
Good. Hey, AJ, how are you?
Hi,
First,
Hi,
Sherelle.
Bonji.
Hi, Perry.
Hey,
Sherelle, you
Sherelle.
look good today.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Opinion, how are you?
Hey, Sherelle. Hi, Barry.
Hey.
Hi, Carrie, how are
Condolences.
you?
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hey, Buzz.
Hey,
Okay, Sebastian, sound off first. What do you want to sound off on
first, I
today?
want to say this. My condolences, Perry. My condolences. I'm so sorry to hear what has happened.
No, thank
Um,
you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
this whole love and marriage Huntsville thing, I'm sorry, it needs to be put on pause. It's getting too
Sure.
much. It's getting too much. It's going too hard. It's too much. It's too toxic. We have the toxicity of Martell. Then we have the toxicity of Melody and her little fan base, nation, or whatever they are.
Mhm.
I used to be a Melody fan. I used to love Melody, but I was just like, no, it's becoming too cultish.
It's getting ridiculous. And listen, please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. It's not that I support what Martell did to her.
No
That
one
is
does.
awful. So don't. People are saying I work for Martell. People are ridiculous, and that he pays me. I'm in his payroll. But usually, people who say that are other bloggers.
That's
So
people's
It's
opinion.
other
crazy.
bloggers have been getting in this because they have something to gain from it.
Mhm.
You know, if I'm no longer around, or I don't talk about love and marriage Huntsville anymore, then they get to have it. So it's too many. It's just dirty. The whole thing
It's
is
too
dirty.
much. This is too
Mhm.
much. The people are going too far in this whole situation. Another thing is these petitions, change.org needs to start charging people for these petitions that they can just create. I'm sorry. Every single week there's a new one. There's
I
a new
know.
petition. It gets annoying. It really is annoying.
So
Um
annoying.
the ASAP Rocky probably cheating on Rihanna, but I'm just gonna say this. He was almost behind bars, and maybe they should have just left him there. Maybe they should have left him there
I'm
because
sorry.
if
I
you
don't
can
mean
cheat
to
on
laugh.
Rihanna,
Really, Sebastian?
if you can cheat on Rihanna, there's clearly something wrong with you.
Yeah, it's
Clearly
just
something wrong, and especially that she's pregnant. No, no one deserves to be
ah.
cheated on when they're pregnant or things. Even including Melody, as much as I don't like
Mhm,
her anymore,
mhm,
she did not deserve what Martell did to her. No one deserves that.
mhm,
I also want to talk on the Beyonce property thing. That's a very beautiful house. It's very
mhm,
expensive. She can afford it. That's great.
mhm.
She will definitely make that money because the Beehive is very strong.
Mhm.
We've already seen that beehives. Some of them are not even gonna be here in the U.S. for the tour. They're gonna go outside of the U.S. because it's cheaper in Europe. So
Mhm.
the Beehive is strong. I see. She's gonna make that money back in her tour.
The beehives I thought were a bunch of nut jobs, but the longer Beyonce stays around, I really think she's an example of how to handle the show
Yes,
business.
and notice how she has not done an interview or really a press conference in like almost 10 plus years.
Yeah, she did that. I mean, she stopped doing that. And she just rise above it. I mean, she could be like she's very talented, and I don't know. I don't know if I should say this, but you know how Chris Brown is very talented, but he'll
Oh,
never
boy.
be a like a icon like Michael Jackson, just
He'll never
because.
be one, but I
Yeah.
understand that he's talented. And I know people, okay, I want to comment on this as well. This is the part that got me annoyed when people about the Tasha K situation where they were like, oh, you're supporting Tasha K and things. Listen, I'm not gonna hide. I used to love Tasha K. Ever since the whole Cardi situation, I could not anymore. But I cannot hide the fact that she is talented and she manages to get great
Exactly.
interviews. These are
Mhm.
true things. Tasha does manage to get great interviews and she's talented in that way. I will not hide that. But did she do Cardi wrong? Absolutely. Does she should pay Cardi B her money as she should. Cardi B deserves to get her money back. But
I got a
not
long email of somebody telling me I was full of shit because I said that they did. Because I said that Tasha K did a very good interview. I don't remember what it was about.
it was I think it
They,
was probably the Marjorie Harvey's ex-husband interview.
that's it. That's it. Yeah.
But you know
Thank you.
what? The one thing I don't understand how people's brains work, or if they work at all. Two things can be true at the same time. Like it just blows my mind. I
Yeah.
don't
It's
know.
And Candy needs to not pay Jason Lee mind or pay Tamar mind. Listen, I like Tamar. I really do. I love Tamar. I defended her in this whole Candy situation. But this place is going too far. I'm tired of this press thing. Second, Carlos King needs to stop bringing
stop
these
what?
Marriage Huntsville franchises. There's going to be a new one, Sherelle. Love and Marriage
Oh shit.
Detroit.
Wait, say it again?
There's going to be a Love and Marriage Detroit.
No, stop.
Yes, they're coming to our city. It's true,
I think
Sherelle.
but I think it's gonna be good though.
I think it's going to be good.
I
They might as well put
do.
Huntsville on pause while they have.
But you know
Love.
what though? Isn't Marceau gonna be it's gonna be connected to Marceau because he's from some type of way.
Detroit.
It's gonna it's gonna be
He's from the
connected
Yeah,
some
he's
city?
friends with one of the
yeah.
husbands.
Yeah.
Yes, he's connected some type of way. Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
Okay,
Wow.
let me repeat so I can really understand. There's going to be a Love and Marriage Detroit.
Yes. Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Now
Yes,
I'm
they come
back
on
in.
June. They come on June 25th.
Oh, it's coming on this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, June 25th.
Oh, now
Oh
I'm back
wow.
in. Oh
I'll
my
send you
God.
the trailer. I'll send you the trailer. I'll send it to Perry's hotline.
That's
Okay.
my city. Oh my God. I hope do not mess it up, Carlos.
When are they gonna
Just-
film it at the shooting
It's
stab?
the
Oh, he gonna mess it up. He gonna mess
Sherelle,
it up.
no, it's the stop saying that in my opinion. You know, it's the people. Stop that. Stop that.
No,
now.
I'm just saying he already done started the drama already. It's one couple that's already got the drama going. I was like, yeah,
It's
you
the
already for the start with the
come
bull.
on, it's the people now. Stop it. No, we're not gonna do
No,
that to him.
listen. I live
When
in
Carlos is in it, it get messy real quick. You
Okay.
see how you see what he did? What the other one is?
Who?
DC.
DC. Yeah, you know how the girls is fighting in DC. Okay, I'm waiting on season 2 to see how the fight finish out.
I will say this. I will admit the truth about Carlos King. I hope he's successful and I enjoy his shows, but he puts his cast members through a lot because I knew for a fact that he was getting ready to ruin Monique Samuel's life on the second season. She had to quit. And he sat on this information for a couple years. So, but I like.
Okay, so y'all tell me what happened to Monique when she was on Potomac. So who
What do
ruined
you-
her life on Potomac?
No, she ruined
Before
herself when
Candace
she decided.
on camera.
Oh,
She
okay.
she
Oh,
clocked
okay.
Candace on camera. But
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
some
I
people
just
say
want to make sure.
justified, though.
I'm going
know,
on
I
Oh,
mute.
just say this though.
we know who did that. That was Giselle. Giselle was jealous because she had more houses.
Well, she was jealous now.
The only thing I can say about that, like Carlos King, and we can say that he's messy. Yeah, Andy is too, right? But see,
Right.
a person like that can't make you act a certain way unless you are willing. Okay.
Thank
Now,
you. Exactly.
You cannot want to be on a damn show and your closet full of junk and you living in a glass house and don't want nobody to see it. So
That part.
and
Yeah.
if you on my show and I'm paying you for reality, then damn it, you need to get to reality too.
It's crazy. But I know people hate Carlos King and they don't want him to succeed. You know, some of Atlanta's best years when he was when he was around. But I don't want you guys to isolate just Carlos King.
Right.
There's a lot of
lot-
producers who are horrible. Mona Scott is another one who's
Oh,
fair.
that's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
All these producers. be
No, I
exploiting
think that
people.
I think the difference with Mona Scott is she tells like these different stories. Like she'll tell one cast one thing and the other cast something different. I believe that's what she did with SWV and Escape.
She do.
She
She
did.
stirred the
I
pot. She
think
stirred the
right.
pot.
She started like I think that's what she did. I think that's her MO. I
She
don't think
brought
the
them
other
back
I
from
don't
the dead.
right. I don't think that's what the other producers do. That her MO is she'll tell one side one story and the other side a different story. And so
I
they go into production thinking something totally different.
I think they all do it. I think they all do it. They blindside the talent. And
Mhm.
then they get, and that's the beauty of it. Then you're blindsided, and then you react, and next thing you know, you're acting a fool in front of millions of people. They
Mm.
they blindside you. Just just don't
But they
say
ain't
anything.
totally blindsided. Let's keep it real.
But I
This
don't
ain't
me
the
either.
first reality show. They don't see the rest of them,
Yeah.
Right.
and they know that shit exists. But they want to be so famous and out there and make this money.
That's what I say. I said
You
Yeah.
fame
can't,
is a hell of a
yeah,
drug.
you can't be a coal miner and then you hate to go down in the trenches.
No, that's very true.
You see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
can I say something about ASAP Rocky?
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh my God, ASAP Rocky. He was never good for Rihanna. He was
So
never
so
good
wait,
for
but hold
her.
on. You believe the rumor?
Of course,
Oh
I do.
no.
Now we have to think all the way back. Like first time I saw ASAP Rocky was on, I believe, the Kathy Griffin show.
Mhm.
And he was on there with his friend, and they even shared a kiss on there. He was very flirty. And then forward, he did date Rihanna, and then he dated Rihanna's mini me, literally.
Who
Rita
is
Ora.
Rihanna's mini me? Who's that?
Rita Ora.
He dated
Rita
Rita
Ora.
Ora?
Yeah, and he was very nasty about her. He said all these things that she did and for music, and yeah. So he's not been very nice about these women that he's been
Ugh.
dated. And then when Rihanna moved, to Dubai or whatever with that Arab guy, I thought, you know what? Finally, she's happy. We didn't see much of her. She started gaining weight. She was just, like thick, happy. And then she came back and start going to fashion shows with ASAP Rocky. And then he started leaving her at home and going to those shows by himself with other women. Yeah.
That's just he's a damn
And it's just
fool.
so, and also Beyonce. I want to say Beyonce. Oh, I love Beyonce. First of all, I love her so much. But it's very understandable why she hasn't done interview for like 10 years, and I blame that horrible, horrible woman, Tyra Banks. It's all her fault. Remember, she did that horrible interview on the Tyra Banks show. I don't know if anyone
Oh
remember
my
that.
gosh.
Oh, and she was asking her all these questions, and Beyonce was just giving her side eyes, and she was just more excited. I don't know, but I don't like Tyra Banks anyway. Have you anyone watched this exposed video about Tyra Banks? How the horrible person she was behind the scenes and everything, and how she lied about Naomi Campbell.
Mhm.
No.
There's so much tea about that woman. So yeah, I blame her. That's but yeah, Beyonce is a queen and she doesn't need to sell herself or speak
Right.
about her life. She can go away for 5 years, not say one word, come back, and then everybody will want to hear her music again. She hardly talks. She does no interviews,
AJ,
really.
I can tell you why she hardly talks.
Well,
Go ahead.
okay,
Go ahead.
She is
be
not
nice.
a good interview person.
Yeah,
She's not a good talker.
because of Tyra Banks.
No,
No.
no, no,
No,
no,
I
no,
agree with
no,
you.
She's
She
in her
does not
office.
she does not
no,
interview
no,
well at all.
AJ,
She's
it's
not a
got
good
nothing to
talker.
do.
I know
I
that.
don't care for Tyra because she exploited young women for her fashion whatever show and her empire. But the truth is Beyonce is not a good talker and doesn't give a good interview. The only time she gave a decent interview was when she was on Oprah years ago and was selling those jeans and those clothes that look like her mom
Angie.
made. No,
Well,
I'm
why
telling
would
the truth. Just like Candy can't sing, Beyonce can't give a good interview.
did you say Candy can't sing?
Great
I
Done,
can't.
talker.
she's done great
Oh,
interviews
gee.
before. I have to say, she even done a whole
Which
Netflix
one,
like
AJ?
documentary about her life. She's done like
Documentary is not an interview. Documentary, you shoot footage, and then you come back and you do
She said she's been on The
testimonial.
View with her mom.
So wait, so Bonji, I'm gonna have to back
with
you in a
Jeff
corner here.
Basham.
Are you not feeling Beyonce?
Yeah.
She's a great entertainer. I don't love people because here's the thing. I'm 50 years old and I have so much going on in my own life that I can't be team who, team that, team whatever. But I can have an opinion. Just like my opinion is, I can't stand Carlos King's voice and his cadence. I can't stand his messiness. Something about him. Maybe I'm still holding on to a grudge of why Phaedra still doesn't have a piece because of what happened. You know, I hold on to stuff. It takes me a while. I'm telling you, it goes back that far, Cheryl. And ASAP should have stayed where ASAP was because he doesn't deserve our Queen Rihanna with her being pregnant with a second child.
Yeah.
You know, if you're with somebody and you're committed, you won't go places and put yourself in compromising positions where something can be said about you. But this man doesn't seem to know how to behave properly. And him getting in trouble for that pow pow incident, which might still take him to court, is not wise either.
He's always been like this.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
So she knows him. She dated him twice.
Who else did we discuss? Oh, and Cheryl, just like we all have a behind, you can have your own opinion. And your own opinion about anybody else's content is nobody's business. So whoever emailed you, don't email me though. Needs to get a life. Who does that?
Yeah. Like people do it all the time. I mean, it's really crazy. What are your thoughts on Love and Marriage Huntsville? Is it time to?
I'm over. You know what, Cheryl? That was an interesting show. When we thought that show was going to be about these successful, business-minded African Americans who were making a difference, especially in the South, and really were boss men and boss women. But then Carlos happened, Martell happened, and Melody happened. And the person to blame is Martell because of what we've seen on the show. I don't even listen to stuff off the show. They should cancel that show or put it on pause and see how fast what's her name is going to drop him because it's not on TV anymore. What's her name? Sheree.
Bonji cracks me up. You think Sheree is gonna dump Martell because the show?
What's the point of dating him? He won't be publicity anymore. He's actually toxic and radioactive right now, but she's trying to save face. Did you see her interview this week when she was doing her testimonial on the show? And she's talking about, I don't understand how these girls are not even in love. They don't even have a man. And they're trying to say that my man is sending them DMs. He did send the DM, but she doesn't believe it. Just like she believed that ex-con was going to be at that Philadelphia restaurant, but she was left sitting out there in the cold, only for that man to come at the season finale and punk her.
Oh, well, let me ask you this. Do you feel that the storyline of Martell and Melody is just keep being recycled?
Do you know why I think it's being recycled and why it's fake?
Why you think it's fake?
I pay attention maybe to details that other people don't see when I'm watching these shows. If you remember the second episode, not this week, the week before, when Martell pretended to be shooting something with a tuxedo on for some magazine, and then he arrives at Chateau Sheree, and I think someone else was coming to see. No, the chef came to make him to do a cooking demonstration with them, and Martell goes into the bedroom to change. He was looking at the camera when he was changing and taking off his shirt and getting into something more comfortable. That man is on that show and in that relationship for airtime because he's not getting enough airtime on Love and Marriage Huntsville because he's toxic, and Melody doesn't want to shoot with him because she knows that all he's going to be doing is gumming it up for the camera.
Well, I'm tired of the show. Opinion, I talked to you a lot about the show. Do you think it's a recycled storyline? Like, why do we have to keep making this the center? It's just different forms of him cheating. I'm tired of talking about it.
Right.
The sad part about it is they could be talking about the real stuff that's going on in Huntsville
Like
instead
what?
of talking about this, because there are a lot of things that are actually happening in Huntsville. A lot of people don't know it that the company that Marceau started to build up the neighborhood, he is going out into the community and helping people rebuild their houses.
Who's doing that?
Marceau and Tisha.
Oh.
So he is going out there and helping people get financing to build up their homes that's in rundown neighborhoods, but they don't show that. So all we see is the mess. But you could be showing that. You know what I'm saying? You could be showing that side of this show. But that's why I put it on Carlos. I say Carlos started this toxicity. He likes it. He likes to see the bloggers talking about it, because then he can get up there and he can go talk about it on his show, and he can interview these folks and talk about all this toxic.
Oh, you are
But
right.
if you actually showed like Stormy, she brought in the most money.
But in my opinion, let me ask you this.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Stormy brought in the most revenue this year than she ever has. That could have been a storyline for Stormy, but instead, no. We still showing like rehearsed and rethink. Like, of course, everybody. If you're a woman and you see this woman being cheated on, being done the way she's done, of course you feel sorry for her. You know what I'm saying? Of course you feel sorry for her. But at the same time, you can't make me say, oh, well, I'm going to look at this and say she didn't pick this man, because she did. I'm not going to look at it and say you didn't stay with him after he cheated on you, but you did. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I feel sorry for you, but at what point am I supposed to say you got to put on your big girl drawers and leave this mother? Oh, excuse me. You gotta leave this man alone. Because he is toxic. And it's a lot of toxic men out there that we date. But we got to cut the cycle. And then I keep hearing everybody say, I sent you some screenshots of your text, your chat today, where people were saying we got to believe black women. If we got to believe black women, that goes for all black women. We can't just believe and pick and choose.
So I've had a lot of black people tell me that. What do they mean I have to believe all black women? Does it mean I don't?
Here's the thing. Everybody wants everybody to be on Mill's side and be team Mill. Okay. I get it. I understand y'all done went through these issues. Some people that really talking on this stuff, they done been through some of these issues. I get it. You've been through these issues. So seeing it may stir something up in you. But you survived it. If you're able to talk about it, you done survived it now. Okay. You should be trying to get her over that point where she's surviving it. Like, we shouldn't keep laying in it, lowing in it, because all you're going to do is give Martell a platform to keep on doing what he doing. As soon as we take that cord and rip it away from him, he ain't got nothing to lie on. He gonna down that dang fence that he hanging from. He barely hanging from it. Let him give him the rest of the string and let him hang himself so we can get through with this, because I'm so tired of it. I really am. The fact that our sheriff department had to go through and put out messages that say they're gonna start arresting people for going to people's businesses, for sending in false police reports on people. This is toxic. When the police got to get involved, it's toxic.
So can I tell everybody, you live in Alabama, you see this happening.
I do live in Alabama. And it's very toxic. And it's like we already struggle to get everything we get down here.
Yeah.
This is a Republican-led state. They want it to stay Republican. But this don't make us look better. It makes us look worse.
It really does. All the bickering and the team this and team that, and you got to do, like, it's the fans is making it really ridiculous. They're doing too much. You
Yeah,
doing
but
way
it's
too much.
can I say something? They are doing a lot, Sherelle, but that's not just with this situation. It's like that with every situation of every celebrity, there's always going to be a side. There's always going to be a team,
It's
and that's
never
just
been
the
this
way it
bad.
Well,
is.
no,
It's
it's
never
not.
been
It's
this
not never been
bad.
this
That's why.
bad. It's not
Yeah,
never been this bad, AJ. I'm
Well,
telling
you
you.
yeah.
no, but you're all talking about it for the
But it's
past
never
what
been this
20
bad.
minutes,
But in my opinion, this is what I wanted to ask you. So
and
you
people have
said
been in their business as well. And I
what?
mean, people are in their
Normally,
business,
people listen.
literally.
Normally, people champion people,
Oh,
and they
you are
champion them on the
interested.
internet. Normally, they
Yeah.
champion them, and they champion them on the internet. This is championing them, and
Person.
forget what this other cast member may be going through. I'm gonna go ahead and attack you at your place of business, or I'm gonna go to the police department and say you doing this.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna call the Better Business Bureau and say
Yup.
your stuff. No, because this is the stuff that's
It's
been
terrible.
happening. Like they've called the Better Business Bureau on every last one of
That's
the
what
cast members,
that,
except for me.
that's a very toxic. This is what happens because
We've
I'm
gotten
not gonna.
fake. We've gotten
This is
false
very
police
toxic.
reports. We've gotten false police reports that's been sent out. These police going to people and they like, no, nothing. None of this is
That
happening.
happens. Oh, and I wanted to say something about like Tamar Braxton and Jason Lee. This whole thing with Candy as well. Oh, Tamar. Um, it's gonna. Everyone knows how I feel about Candy, but I am Team Candy, and this one again against them. I'm sorry, Tamar. We don't even know what you want to be. Okay, we know when you want Big Brother, you said you were. She needs money. Okay, this woman needs money. That's why she's been on like Bigo with Jason Lee, who brought her over there. She's been like on other platforms where he brought her to do like hosting the reunion shows because they've done reunion shows together, and she did recently Basketball Wives reunion as well.
But let me
So
ask you this, AJ. You have to
they
pick
like
and choose your battles. We can't argue over everything. Now we're arguing over her designer clothes.
But who? I
yeah,
think
that
it's
is
the
so
but it's the
sad.
fans that's
Like, who
arguing.
cares
Candy
what
was
she's
saying that.
wearing? Who cares what Candy's wearing? Like, we
I
know
thank you,
people cannot
Bungie.
dress.
Take care. She's so
Oh,
sweet.
she's
Go
so
ahead.
sweet. Yeah, she's
Mm.
sweet.
Mhm.
We can't like judge. Okay, we know Candice is not the best dresser. Everyone knows that. Like, she's not the best when it comes to fashion on Atlanta. She's like low. Okay, everyone knows that. But for him to say she hasn't got designer clothes and all that, that is so pathetic. Because we all know she's got lots of money. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows she's a celebrity. She'll get free clothes.
But AJ, who
She'll get free
cares?
designer clothes. Who
Why
cares? But he's doing it.
why are you
He's
so
doing it.
invested?
I know, but he does this a lot. I think he did it to help Tamar because him and Tamar besties, and he's helping Tamar a lot, and vice versa. So it's just another jab to be like petty. It's just petty.
Can
And
I
that's
It's
respond
just
to
another.
throwing
that?
shade.
Yeah,
It
go
Can I
is
ahead,
just
respond to
Buzz.
petty shade.
Go ahead,
Thank,
Buzz.
thank you. I would agree with that, but if he was so called having Tamar's back and just wanted to poke fun because that's Tamar's this friend, and you everything you said is absolutely true. When she was going through her divorce, she was down on her luck, even on Big Brother. That's how her and Candy actually stopped their beef. Candy, they band together to help Tamar win so she can get that money for that down payment for that house. Like outside of the show, Candy gets on my nerves on the show. But why I like her is outside the show, she does do a lot of supportive things for everybody, even if they talk trash. So my thing about this with Jason, if he so called was doing this because he's Team Tamar, why did she come back and say, I didn't say that, and I'm on a healing journey and this and that? So if that's the case, she should just stand on it. Yep, I said it. She on
And then
this whole backpedaling thing that she didn't say it. Anything she wants resolve and peace with that situation and all that. That's exactly what she said.
oh my God. And to Marlo, what are you doing as well? I know it's great for the culture, but oh my God, has that show fallen? Like from the days of them being on The View. And do you remember that when they would be on The View, Tyra Banks show and Wendy Williams, to like Jason Lee, Revolt, or whatever channel he's on? I
Revolt.
mean, Marlo, and then like, and also another thing as well. Have you noticed Sheree and Marlo have been doing a lot of joint interviews together? Because nobody's interested in them alone. I mean,
Well, not only
they're
that,
not
AJ, but
interested
let
by
me ask you
themselves.
this, AJ. The ratings are down.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
people get sick of the bickering. Like we're arguing over labels. They're bloggers throwing jabs at each other. You got Tamar. They're saying that Jason didn't lie. She really said, like, who wants to argue over petty stuff like that when you
I
have
know.
real problems
Ta-
going on?
Tamar needs to basically, she has a tick. That's my opinion.
That is
She has
so
a little
mean.
bit of a
That
tick.
is so
I'm
stop. That
sorry.
is,
Anyone who sees Tamar can see that she has a
why
bit of
do
a
you
tick. She
think
has
Taylor has a tick? What do you mean by
because
that?
when she was on Big Brother, she was filmed 24/7, and she
Uh-huh.
had a tick. She had a fight with basically everybody, and she was entertaining. But you could tell the girl, because she was like over, she's just over needy and overly. She needs to know things very aggressively. She's just not. I don't know, but she's very charming. That's why she won the show. But Candy did apologize to her. They made up on the show, and
Mhm.
she was not that nice to Candy on that because Candy was like, didn't have any alliance really, and she was like trying to be aligned with her, but
Mhm.
and she was, talking a lot of bad stuff about her behind her back in the house to other like members to make Candy feel a little bit bad. But she did get far, Candy. But I want to say she needs to let this go. This happened years ago when Candy helped her out to be on that, show with her Nini Leaks. Remember that? Um, remember they did what was it called? Remember that show they did with Nini Leaks, Tamar Braxton, Candy Burruss. They did like a concert thing, right? And
It was
then Nini was
the
supposed to be
it was
involved.
the Great
The
Escape
great,
tour.
right? And then I think they had a fight on there or something, and then straight after she went on to Big Brother. But that's years and years ago, and she won't let it go, and she just keeps going on and on and on. And she went on that
So,
reality
so, so,
TV
so hold
show.
on. So
But
you're
yes,
putting
it's
a lot
true.
in here. You're saying that Tamar is after Candy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, of course she's after
Wow.
Candy. Like she won't let this go. She
But
has
if
to
she's
have
after
like
her, why
Candy's.
didn't she just stand on it?
But
This
this is the
makes
thing,
sense if she
Candy.
didn't say this against Jason, like don't put my name in this. Basically, don't throw me under the bus. I think what happened was
Can
when they were pissed off because they got back into it a few months ago when they did that show together, they got back into it. I
Uh-huh.
believe she went to her friend talking mess about Candy. And
Mm-hmm.
you know how you get with your friends. Shoot, if I had Sherelle
Mm-hmm.
of
number,
course.
I know, Lord knows what I would say off this camera. So, and I
Hmm.
think she was talking mess, and I think everything to cool down now. But he got all this in his arsenal. Like, yeah, you said it. It may have been a heat of the moment when you was just talking mess, but you did say it. And she wants to backtrack because now things are simmering down.
And I'll tell you something. Tamar Braxton is very, very, very messy. Okay, you may have seen like a little Tim of
Mm-hmm.
her, but I've seen her on other platforms and other apps
Mm-hmm.
where you can pretty much be uncensored and say whatever you want with her friend Jason Lee. And I'll tell you, even with that guy you had on your show here not so long ago with the lawsuit and all that, they were
What
all
guy?
to well, they all did a show together, and that's what
Oh,
they're
you're talking about
saying.
Jason Lee?
Jason Lee and
Oh.
that guy Mother Tay and Tamar
Oh,
Braxton,
that's
they were all
right.
together.
Oh,
They were all
yeah.
did that show, and
I
they
didn't
were
know that. Really? Wow.
yes,
This is
and
messy.
you know bring Natalie Nunn on there too, but
Uh, I had
but
wanted to
she's
ask
so messy. She's messy, and she needs to
Natalie
let
Nunn.
this go. Yeah, well, I love Natalie Nunn, but Tamar Braxton is so much. She needs to leave that alone. And Candy has apologized so many times, like publicly and very, very sorry, and I believed it. So when she keeps bringing it up, and I don't know, she has an agenda. She's not really that relevant anymore.
Oh my
It's
God.
not. And Candy's in the news. It's true. Candy's been trending for months and months. She's done a show with her old bandmates, and she's been trending there. She's on The Housewife. She's going to be the most talked about on this season. Like she is the hot. Like she is the girl. She's that girl now. Love it or
I
hate
don't
it. And
know.
I
I'm
hate to say
anti
this,
Candy
Sherelle, but
too,
listen, think
but
about
she
it.
is. We
I hate
have
to
to
say it,
accept
but
it.
you tell her don't react. But a lot of times, if
We
you
have
pay
to
attention to
accept
the
it.
timeline, they go after her. She won't say nothing. She'll
Mhm.
let them
No.
talk all they mess for a good 2 weeks and then respond. Her
And then she
response
go on
is just
YouTube.
getting her response just gets more airplay because she is who she is, and I do think she needs to stop responding because you can't
She has
respond to
to.
everything. You
If
couldn't.
Kandi Burruss wants an EGOT or to be taken seriously
Oh
in
my
the world of
God,
acting, then she has
that
to
will never
stop
happen.
responding and getting on their level. Just leave it alone
And I
and
hope
go
she
Sheree,
doesn't
on.
respond. I
Sheree, she
hope she
hasn't got an
continues not
Emmy.
responding because right now she hasn't said anything. She enjoying her birthday. I'm with you,
Mhm.
Sherelle. I don't want her to respond. I don't want her to
Yeah,
come back and
But
start responding.
yeah,
Sherelle, she hasn't got a Grammy, has she? Or
yeah.
she has
She
for writing
has.
songs, but not for her own music, like singing her own music. She's got a Grammy for writing other
Right,
people.
right.
Yeah, so it's their delivery and their interpretation of that music that she's
Well,
done.
no,
So
because that's not
really,
fair.
but
Because if that's the case,
yeah,
when
but
Whoopi
doesn't
got
really
her
count.
EGOT,
Has she got
well,
a Golden Globe? She hasn't got a Golden Globe. Has she got an Emmy? She needs that to get an EGOT,
she
doesn't
has
she?
to. She's nominated
She's
for
been
an
nominated
Emmy.
for an Emmy and a Tony.
Yeah,
Exactly, she's
that's not the
nominated for an
same. She
Emmy.
needs to win it. She needs to win, and
Oh,
she won't win it.
AJ, just listen. How many
I'm
Tonys have
sorry.
you got
Viola
nominated
Davis
for?
just became one, didn't she?
But
And
AJ,
that took her many years.
how many Tonys have you got nominated for?
No, I've been nominated for actually 25. I'm
My
still going, but I'm
point
not an
being
EGOT.
is
I'm not,
that
but I'm
AJ,
sorry. No, I
I
know what
really
you're trying
no
to
for
do.
real.
But
I actually
listen,
like
let me
your.
just say this.
Go
I
ahead.
like the way you said that. But what I'm trying to say is that she hasn't got none of that, Sherelle. And I'm not trying to read her, but that's just the reality. She's
no.
got like a
But even
Grammy
to get
for,
no. Even to get nominated is prestigious. Like you're
yeah,
in a
but it is, but it's not the same as winning.
oh God,
You,
AJ, you
it's
are too
not.
much.
You gotta
And
win it.
AJ, let me
How many?
respond to the whole
So many
Grammy
people.
thing. So that's just
Nobody
like you
cares if you've been
downplaying.
nominated.
That's just like you downplaying Whoopi and Viola
No, she
Davis. Yeah,
won
they
it.
got a Grammy and they weren't
Yeah,
singing.
yeah. No, but no, but they did it for comedy. That's different. They won it
Let
for
me say
comedy,
this really quick
and
because I gotta wrap this up.
they
Have you
won the
guys seen the
Grammy.
trailer for the upcoming episode? I don't. Why do you think people aren't watching? This is really weird because I am enjoying this season and
It's
it's gonna be really
boring.
good.
It's gonna
Oh,
No,
who
grow,
said it was
Sherelle.
boring? Hold
Have
on. Who said that?
It's boring. It is so. I'm just. It is
You're
so
over
boring.
it.
I'm over it. I'm over seeing them go out to eat and go on vacations that everybody on this panel can take, or we can probably even go on better vacations than them. And I'm just being so serious.
I think you
it's
And
are
true.
so right. It's becoming repetitive.
yeah, they're not
Recy-
doing anything that we can't do. Like seriously, I mean,
yeah.
no, we don't have Grammys. Like
And they're all
I can't.
broke.
Like that's what I'm like. I mean, and
What's there to
anybody that
watch?
you like, anybody
True.
that you hear like in the industry, I mean, Funky even talks about it all the time, and a lot of bloggers talk about it. Like these girls, they don't have
Hmm.
any real money, with the exception of
Oh,
Candace and the Beverly Hills girls and the girls in the OC. Which some of them don't have any money either. Um,
that's true.
but a lot of these girls, they are broke. They are flat broke. They're
Yeah,
renting, borrowing, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
they are just like faking and they're
Yeah.
arguing over petty stuff and it's just silly and I'm
And
over
people
it.
are agreeing with you in the chat. It's been on 14,
it's true.
15 years. It's time
And
to go.
it's really depressing. It really, really is. And this whole
So
Huntsville thing,
depressing.
it just really is has been really triggering and I can't watch it anymore. I just can't.
It's
That
toxic. It's toxic.
it's toxic.
It's very toxic. And like in my opinion, what I wanted to ask you was, I know that they're doing some great things in the community. And what you kind of want to see, you kind of want to see all the great things that they're doing. Like you kind of want to see them taking their kids to school because they all have kids, helping
Hmm.
them do their homework, kind of seeing the struggles they have with their
Right.
kids.
Yeah.
And you want
Like
to see
season one.
some of the a little bit of the mess. But if you see that, then the audience is gonna say, "Oh, that's boring." You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And so
But that's how it
it's kind of
started
our
out.
faults too. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of our faults too
It
Right.
is.
yeah.
because
Well,
when what's her name was doing that on Atlanta, the girl, what was her name, Deshawn. That's why they got rid of her because she was living a real life.
I was
That was
just
mhm.
about
her.
to say that. I was just
but
about
I
That
to
was
liked
She
say.
the
she was
son.
boring,
I liked
and
the
she
that was
son.
and
that's
she
Me
had
right.
too.
That
I
was
money.
like the
her, and
child.
she had real money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was rich. She was the richest
And
then.
that's
That's
what, and
weird.
you remember when she told like she low key threw some shade at and what's her name? Because her husband, you know, he was injured. And she was like, well, you know, basketball players, their money kind of secure because it is.
I
And
remember
football
that.
players,
Yeah.
yeah, that was real
So
low key
this is what
shade.
you're saying for Atlanta, for Love and Marriage,
Oh,
Huntsville, for reality TV. Period. It starts out organic, and you get to know the people, and
Right.
then there some kind of beef happens, and then the second season they come back prepared.
And you
Can I
kind of like,
yeah.
I
can I
wish we
say
would know
something
It's
like
like
not
a
who
like that
these.
no
pedestrian on
more.
how this works? Because let me
We
tell
want
you, what
we
I
want
wish I
what
could
fast
find. I
things
wish we
now.
could
Hold on,
find
one
out
at a
who they
time. One at a
are,
Hold
where
on.
time.
they.
One
I
at a
wish
Go
we
time.
ahead.
could find. I wish we could find out who they are, where they come from. Like Sheree, like there's. I
Mm.
don't know. Like there is a story that Sheree like didn't finish high school, and
Are
like
you
there,
serious?
like there
yes,
is a
teenage
story.
Yes,
Yes,
mother, didn't finish
she's a
high
bit
school, all of
slow.
that.
right. Like how did she?
She's a bit
How
slow.
did like how did she make it? No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm not even throwing no shade because
No,
my
but no, I
my
love
dad my
Sheree.
dad like my dad didn't finish high school, and I would never judge anybody for that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, but she talks slow.
my dad is uber successful. You know what I'm saying, to this day.
But
So
Carrie,
like, how did she
the
get from there to here? You know what
and
I'm
I know
saying?
Hmm.
what you mean. You want to know their true story, who they really are, because
Right,
they have a real Candy, and then you've got a TV Candy. I'm sure
Right.
she's,
right,
You want to
Yeah,
and you
see
want
their
to know,
journey.
but the networks won't allow it. You've got
right,
one episode to be a hit or a bust,
yeah.
and
right.
one season to finish out, and that's how it's set up, and that's why people are getting tired of it, and
Yeah,
the ratings are failing. We are tired of this manufactured drama. It's
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
in the
We
Can I
need
nut
say
new
job
one
of
thing,
it.
producers.
guys? I
New
want to say,
producers.
first of all, this is why I love coming on this panel because we can all just have an intelligent conversation and voice our opinions. You can't do that on a lot of people's show, a lot of people's channels. So shout out to Sherelle and Perry for that. And then also too, and you guys are absolutely right about reality TV. And Sherelle just broke it all the way down. What happens is, especially with very new reality TV, and people that we don't know, we get organically their stories, their dynamic, especially if it's people that already know each other. But then after a while, the more years come up and there's less
Hmm.
drama, they have to beef it up. And that's when we get to this point. Or we get people in the comments saying it's boring. Just like
Yeah.
they call it Candy boring now. And I do think she is, like you all say, it's a TV candy, it's a real life candy. But I do believe that she is a little bit more real than everybody else, and people don't want to see that no more. Okay, so you got problems with your husband. Okay, well, what else is going on? Well, nothing else is going on. I've been here 14, 15 years. What else y'all want me to do? It's
It,
Yeah,
my
I
but
think we
real life.
she.
nailed it.
It's
All right,
Yeah,
it's my
guys.
she.
real life.
I think we nailed it. We are
Yeah.
tired of reality
Yeah,
TV
I want the
manufacturing these storylines. Carlos, you do better. Please do better. This
I
is
Yeah,
want
I'm
the
watching
old
Young, Rich, and
Housewives back. Like
African
I want the Housewives. Remember when
season
Housewives
2.
first came out, where they had organic friendships. They had, they were doing stuff for charity. Yeah, we had the mess, but we saw their real lives, their struggles, them trying to get their business off the ground, them doing charity work. And if they
Hmm.
had beef, it was organic beef. Like when Nene and Kim first started arguing in the beginning, it was real beef.
Yeah, and we knew they were broke, but we really didn't know they were broke. Broke. Do you know what I mean?
I
Right.
can't, AJ.
Because they
I
were putting it
can't.
all on. They had the houses and the limousines and Big Papa and the diamonds. Remember, she went on a shopping trip and all the people coming to the house with the clothes. Yeah, it was good times.
It was good
And her
times,
eating a
yeah.
pizza while getting her fat sucked out. That's so iconic. But
All right,
I
guys, I
think
got to
her
wrap
coming
this
back
up.
is gonna be good.
But I think we're all on the same page. We just want to see organic TV stop with these manufactured storylines. They come in, team this, team that. The women
Yeah.
talk to each other before the season begins. They pick out an enemy. It's just played out. It's
Are
just,
you gonna watch Young, Rich, and African? This is
yeah, I think
Young, Rich,
I
and
am.
African.
I
Have you
am.
watched first season?
No, but I hear it's
Oh,
really
it's,
good. I'm
oh,
going to
it's
do that
really
tonight.
good. Second
Yeah.
season is starting. It's on now, I think. Second season.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for calling in. This is what we do. We duke it out over here, and then we walk away without the drama. We
Right,
all
right,
agree to
right.
disagree, and then we see each other tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for calling in. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Cheryl. Bye, Perry.
Praying for
All
you
right.
guys.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a
Praying for you all.
Bye. That
Thank
was
you. I appreciate
good.
it.
We could all just sit and talk. That was really good. All right, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Perry is going to be gone for a week. I love you, Perry.
Love you too.
On 3, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Everybody.